Good morning and welcome to One Yard Wednesday. My name is Jody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to One Yard Wednesday. I'm your host, Jody, and I'm here with my amazing producer, Shayde. Say hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Today we have a full show. I've got actually 2 different lines of fabric to show you. Just remember that all of the sale prices go live after the show, so you don't have to rush off to grab all of these special deals. And if you are new to us, One Yard Wednesday is a time where you can purchase great fabrics at a really, really, really cheap price, which of course we all love a good deal. And I show you lots of projects that you can use with your fabric that you see today. So can we have a question today? All right. So my question today is an interesting one. And it is, if you could do any track and field event, what would it be? So, Shayde, tell me, what would your track and field be?
I think my track and field would be the pole vault.
Oh, interesting.
And it's interesting because I'm afraid of height. However, I just find it so fascinating when I see those guys and girls so high up and try to
get over that.
Yeah, get over that pole. I like that.
Well, mine would be something, because I am short, very short, so I want to be super fast. And I could never be fast, no matter how hard I try. I can never be fast. So I would want to do the 100-meter sprint, because, like, if you've seen those sprinters, like, their legs are huge for sprinting. That's what I want to be. I want to be that. If I had to pick another one, I would want to do the long jump, because I cannot jump for anything, and that would be what I would want. Denise, yes, the 100-yard dash. That's what I would be, a sprinter, for sure. And we always want to do things that we can't do, right? Like, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Our goal is to be something we can't do. And a lot of times it's because our bodies aren't made for that, right? Denise, yes, the high jump. I didn't ask you how you're doing today, by the way.
I'm doing okay.
It's a nice summery day outside.
Hey, it's great out here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We've had some really good weather yesterday. We got some great weather today. So
yeah.
Fun.
It's going to get hot.
Sun.
It's going to get hot.
I like it hot.
I'm not going to complain because I don't like winter. So we're with you. But I want you guys to share what your track and field event would be if you could be in it. And then at the end of the show, we'll share some more. It looks like Angela would do the hurdles. And actually, that's I forgot about that one. I always find that one fascinating, too. And, a sewing event? Yes, we should do a sewing Olympics or something. I don't know what that would look like, but it would be really fun to do that. So, all right, we should get on with the fun, which is the fabric. And we're going to talk about quilts on set first, because I skipped that. And behind me, I have Alberta, and we're going to talk a lot more about her. And then behind Shayde, I have Charm Shuffle, which is actually, I always say that. I have lots of favorites, but that one is a really fun one. And it's going to be perfect for the fabric I'm going to show you today. All right, so let's get with the fabric. So this fabric line is called what is it called? Flowers to the Sun by P&B Textiles. And we're going to go to the overhead really quick here so I could show you these. And it's a very fun, bright, bright color. It's got lots of flowers, lots of bright colors. But the first one here I have is a blue and teal. It actually has, it leans more purple blue than like a navy blue. Florals, which is just so pretty in there. It's got a little bit of pink in here. And then the next one is kind of like a stained glass look to it. It's got
similar.
I know, very much so. So they've got
colors are similar.
Aqua, and these two prints lean more towards the purple. You'll see ones that I'll show you that are going to lean a little bit more towards the aqua. So that one is like a stained glass, which is so beautiful. And then move this over a little bit. And it has a black like outline to it. And then this one is more of a light blue background with the purple flowers and the pink. It's got a little tiny, like a chartreuse green, which is really hard to see with the lights, but you can kind of see it there in there. So that is our second floral that we have. And then this one is the stained glass, but it actually leans more towards the green teal aqua color. And I just love this green in here. It's so pretty with the black outline.
That is nice.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah.
I might have to get this one and make a project and then show you guys.
I can see that happening.
On a different show. And then they have a couple pieces in here that would make really great backgrounds. So we've got this white background, and then this one has a little bit of, oh, it's probably really hard to see, aqua in the kind of splotches in there. So this one kind of leans a little bit more towards kind of the aqua color line in here. And it's got these little leaves with the yellow in here and greens. It's so pretty. And then I have two main pieces in this, which I just love so much. Look at this fabric. It's got these big, huge florals with the sun, lots of like stained glass look to it with the black outlines on it. When I was picking fabric to show for you guys, I could have kept going on and on and on because there's so much goodness happening in this print.
That just popped.
Isn't that awesome? I just love everything about it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have another light with it, but this one you can actually see leans more towards like the purple and the pink. It's got a little bit of the bluish, light blue color on there. So again, two really great options for, you could definitely cut this up and put it in a background or add it to your piece. We have another stained glass with the actual pink with just a hint of this like peachy orange color in there. Just so great. It just adds so much to the fabric. And then we have our last floor. Oh no, take that back. We have another floral with the pink. It's got the orange with the yellow. The pink is more, the background is more of like a pinky orange. I don't know if that's actually a color or not. Yes, Deb, the stained glass look is so amazing. And then my second showstopper that I have is this one. And this one, if you can see, kind of goes a little more linear. You can see this is like, looks like a fish, maybe a snail, some birds in there. Again, amazing colors. Do not be afraid to cut this up, even though it leans a little bit more directional. There's just so much going on in here that you're not going to see it as a directional once you cut it up. This would be awesome in a background, or sorry, on a backing. And then last but not least, I have this yellow, which really brings all of this together. The yellow with the orange, and it's got a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of this like purple in it. And like I said, when I wanted to pick some fabrics for you guys, I had to stop myself because I could have kept going and going and going. So let's start with some aquas and blues since we have a lot of that. So I have stash triangles, which I picked to kind of bring out some of these lighter aquas in here. We have bedrock in the turquoise, which was a color club, and I thought this would bring out some more of those aqua colors over here. And then I picked out the hash dot sky, and this is going to bring more of those light blues because there is a little bit of a light blue in here, so it'll really bring those out. Excuse me. And then we have chalk and charcoal lake. Again, I wanted to bring out some of those blues, but then it has a lot of texture to it, so you can really use that in your projects. And then, of course, we have to bring out the purples, the pinks. in this grunge raspberry. Now with the grunge raspberry, you are getting, you know what, Teresa, that's a really great point. A lot of these, like these floral prints, would be fantastic in panel quilts, which, by the way, we have a new book coming out soon called Panel Mashup, and you could definitely use some of these in that panel mashup book. It would be amazing. In the purple raspberry grunge, we have a little bit of purple in here, so it definitely brings in a lot of those colors. And I kind of went a little bit crazy with this one. I mean, it's kind of a long shot a little bit, but I think with these purples in here, I kind of like to go a little nutty with my fabric choices every once in a while. So Alchemy Enamored, I think, would go fantastic with this line.
Is that you going crazy? You said you want to go a little crazy.
Yeah, this is me going crazy. I go a little crazier, but
I'm learning this is every show. I'm learning a little bit more about you. Listen, I learn more about you doing the show than I do working with you.
But that's because I'm too busy running around and I never get a chance to like stop and do anything. And then we have the purple, of course, the dry brush amethyst. So we're bringing that out. We definitely have to have some yellow. So I got Grunge Peachy. I thought this was good morning, Jerry. This was like a match made in heaven. Like you couldn't go any wrong with that. And then Glazed Mellow, which is going to bring out like your greenish yellows in here. Again, that might be a little bit crazy. Might be, but I love it. And then we have the green. We have to bring the green out. So I brought some of this green to go with that. So this is called Flowers to the Sun by P&B Textiles. Oh, you know what? My brain is not with it. We got to add some background stuff to this.
You know what? I just put up a comment that I don't think you saw. Someone was talking about adding.
Yeah, what? Wait, you guys, wait. Okay, so Floral Elements Winter Wheat. I thought this one was really cool because you can kind of see there's a little bit of yellow in this floral texture, and I thought this would be fantastic in a background. You'd get a little bit of texture in there with some color. Of course, we've got the dry brush white, which is going to pull out the whites in the line. And yes, if somebody made the comment that black would be amazing in this, I gotcha. So, of course, a staple black dress by Grunge would be fantastic in this because it would just really bring that out. And then we've got Nitty Gritty Coal. And I like this one because of the texture in there. Has like, it looks a little more like a purple black, which is really nice. So there is your background. And we're going to talk about, yes, black. Karen.
Yeah, thanks, Karen.
Thank you for that because I did have it planned, but I forgot to add it. So we're going to talk about possibly using these blacks in some of the projects. So speaking of projects, let's talk about what's behind me and how to use this fabric. So I picked Alberta. I have kind of a huge crush on Alberta for some reason. I love this pattern. I've made the little one. I haven't made the big one, so that one's on my list. But I have an auntie, Alberta, so maybe that's why I have a big crush. She's the one that taught me how to crochet and do all that stuff. So with this one here, you could use all of these prints in here, and I would go crazy and do black as the background. Wouldn't that be fun? You totally could use the black as a background.
Fun.
Yeah, super fun. Either one of these would be great in there. And then also you could go with the white. If you're looking more, doing something a little more traditional, you could do the white with the yellow, or you could do the white dry brush. Behind Shayde, you could do exactly the same thing. So I thought Charm Shuffle was perfect for this line because of all the different colors you could use in those blocks. But then you could add all of the black in there as the background. You could take that really wild print, floral print, and use that in the borders. It's a really, really fun project, and that one is in the Stripology Mixology book, the first one.
It looks really good.
Isn't it cool?
Oh, yeah.
I've done this one before.
I like bright.
It's a fun one. Yeah. So Charm Shuffle is in Stripology Mixology 1, the first book. And then also, I have the book here. I can show you. This is what it looks like, Stripology Mixology. And if you don't know the mixology books, on top of having quilting patterns in it, you also get the pleasure of having a drink recipe in there. So every single one of those has a drink recipe in it. Nice. Because even though it shouldn't go together, having a cocktail with quilting is a must.
A match made in heaven.
Don't you think? I think so. I think so too. So this is Charm Shuffle, and you can see we have the original up there. So several sizes. There are four sizes that you can make with Charm Shuffle. Alberta is a single pattern. So you can use that. But my other one that I'm going to talk about is Tara, if you want to go to the overhead. Again, so many options with these ones, especially with the background. You could use the black or the white. You can also, I wouldn't be shy about putting that white in the line with those specks of like flower, like leaves and stuff in there as a background. I think it'd be really, really sweet. And then of course with the border, you could use the bright. Yes, thank you, Carolyn. You could use a lot of the florals in here, the big prints or the small prints. And this one is in the Stripology Mixology 3 book. And let's take a look at the cover of that. You can see that's what Tara looks like in a different colorway. But since we're talking about drinks, let's find one. So Orange Dreams Creamsicle Martini. So this is one of the drinks in the Stripology Mixology 3 book. I'm not an orange drink person or ice cream. Like I'm not a big fan of like fruity flavored
summertime.
Things.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I eat strawberries, but I don't like strawberry ice cream.
What?
Because it doesn't taste like strawberries.
Come on. I love creamsicle.
The other one I have for you, of course, I have
a quick question for you from one of our guests.
No, Shelley, Charm Shuffle is in the Stripology Mixology 1 book. So it's in this one. So there is Charm Shuffle in the Stripology Mixology book. Okay, so now I have a Quilt As You Go project for you. And this is called Which Way. I've actually made this one. This is the sample that I made, which is really fun. It's a very... it's a different Quilt As You Go. It kind of gives you a different... Barbara, fabric is sold as 1 yards, not as a bundle. Anyway, so this is Which Way Quilt As You Go. And I thought this would be really fun. I love that we use the yellow in the background. Again, you could do a black, a white, if you wanted to take one of the colors in there in the fabric and use that as a background. And then this is kind of fun to do these little prairie points in here, which is just a different look to that. So that's Which Way. And then the other thing, which I haven't done before on the show, is the placemats, which I thought was super cool. And again, lots of options for mixing in your personality by putting in some different background colors. Again, we've got these little triangles in there. So lots of options. And on the back, you could put that really awesome floral print that's in this fabric.
That looks really cool.
Isn't that cool? So that's Friday Fiesta placemats. So give me 2 seconds because I have a second line of fabric I want to show you. Something we got in and I thought it was too cute not to share. So let me just pull this off. We're just going to go right over the top of this one here. Okay, so this one is fun because of the main print. So this one is called Wow Meow by Freckle and Lolly. And I just thought this main print was so cute. Look at this.
Can you please repeat that name?
Wow Meow.
Love it.
Wow Meow.
Love it.
So this print is super cute. It's got a lot of different colors in it. You could do some really fun projects with it. If you want to make a quilt for your dog or a dog lover in your life, this would be perfect. And then we have some coordinates that go with it. So we've got this circle that kind of, it will bring out all of the, like, this is more of like a yellowish tan. It's not a bright yellow, more of like a, I don't know, a creamy yellow. And then we got to bring out the green. So I have a bumbleberries. I think this one is called Christmas green. This will bring out the green and kind of add like a punch of color. But you know what, you guys? This would be great in your collection if you need it for any Christmas quilts you're making. And then I have the blue, which is bumbleberries blue. Again, it brings out all the blue in that. And I've got two projects that I think this would be perfect for. And then we have like a little bit, I think this is more of like a, it's an orange, but it leans very pink or corally. So we have two of them. This is the darker version of that with the circles. And then here is the light version of that. So you could kind of see next to each other the difference in the color tone. And these are really great basics, you guys, to have in your collection. They're really fun. And then you can see here is I have a darker version of this yellow. So it's kind of more of like a mustardy color there. And then we had to bring in the brown or the tan with the X's, which is a really awesome basic to have. You could use this in the quilt or as background. Where the Fiesta placemats in a Quilt As You Go subscription. No, it might have been, but it is a single pattern. We have it as a single pattern. So I had brought out two quilts. Before I show you the basics I put with it, I want to show you the two quilts. So this one is called Lickety Split. It is a single pattern, and it's a great option for using that print because you've got these really big spaces to really showcase that. You could use some of the basics I showed in the sashing pieces, but I also picked out a couple different colors that you could use. I picked out the Bumbleberries Royal Purple, which is not on sale. These ones are not on sale, but I wanted to give you some more options. The mid gray would be great as a sashing.
I like that gray.
And this is a great gray.
Oh,
it's got a little bit of like a pink in it. And then we have to bring out some more greens. So we've got the Grunge Juniper and we've got the Serenity Yellow. So
nice.
I picked out a stripe because you guys, stripes are amazing on binding. And I thought that with this collection in these projects, this would be so fun to add a really fun stripe to this. You could do black and white. I picked out the blue to bring out some of the blue in that. So this is Lickety Split. The other thing is always use what you can on the back so you could make something fun on the back of this. And then the other one I have for you is this one. Again, these are both Quilt As You Go, and this is Pitter Patter. So they're small enough that you could use them as like blankets for your puppies, your puppy bow wows, or your kitties, or for your dog lovers in your life. So this is called Pitter Patter. Again, a lot of options to use the main print with all of those basics. The gray maybe as a sashing. If you're really brave, this is an irregular stripe. So you could put it in sashing if you want to, if you're feeling brave. The purple and the greens in there. So a lot of options for this. And actually Pitter Patter, if you want to put that up for me, is an actual PDF pattern and video class. This is not a single pattern. You can find this online. Pitter Patter Baby Quilt 34 by 41. It's a PDF pattern and video class, which is awesome because she basically walks you through how to make this whole thing. So that's Pitter Patter. So that is our second line, and let's look at it one more time. called Wow Meow.
You should make one for Max.
I should make one for Max. I have made
one, for Max.
one quilt that I've made, and actually I wasn't going to give it to my dogs, and then I ended up giving it to my dogs. So I don't know. Yeah, I should make one for Max. He's a good boy.
My cat one. I have a cat. You could make my cat one.
Oh yeah, because it does say Bow Wow Meow, but it does look more Bow Wow than Meow.
I remember. I cut it.
All right, you guys. Let's see. What do we got going on? Next thing we have. Do we have actually? Did you have more answers to our question of the day about the track and field? Maybe we should do that quick.
Yeah. Let's see if I can go back. We had a few. All right. Yeah.
I'm very interested in your answers. Shot put. Oh, Diane, that's a good one. I'm always amazed at how far they can throw those. So yeah, that's an awesome one. A spectator. Yes, a spectator is even better because you don't have to go through all the work of becoming a professional athlete, which is a lot of work. Long distance running, yes, that takes a special person too. I like the sprints because it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Done. High jump, hi Karen. That's awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for participating. Water girl. Hey, a water girl is super important in those types. A water girl or boy is super important in those.
Absolutely.
So, Mary Sue, nice job. 400 meters. Okay, guys. We have the 2 lines of fabric. I'm not going to pull that one up, but it's Flowers to the Sun by P&B Textiles. Sorry about that. Actually, Shayde, do you want to throw up the thumbnail so they could see that one more time?
Sure.
And this fabric line is by Robin Mead for P&B Textiles. So again, there are some really cool stuff in here. I might have to take some of this home with me so that I can make something and bring it back to you guys, because I think this is a really fun line. Unless you buy it all, then I guess I'm not making it. Anyways, so what's coming up at GE Designs this week? 4th of July is on Friday, so we will not be having a Happy Friday show on the 4th of July. So sad for us, but great that we get to have fun and have the day off. The shop is closed also, so the showroom will be closed on Friday, but we will be back here next week on Monday open. And Tuesday we have the Tipsy Tuesday show, and there's something exciting coming on Tuesday, so be prepared for that. Come and watch. Like, you have to watch on Tuesday. Like, there is something super, super exciting happening. And then I will be back here with you on Wednesday for the One Yard Wednesday show, which I just love spending this 30 minutes with you guys every week. And I get to spend time with my producers, which is always fun because we don't get to chat and talk like we do here. So thank you, Shayde, for a great show. And we'll see you next week.